In this lesson, we are going to use KDP to generate a cover template. This template will form the cover of our book. Before we get started, we need to verify a couple things. We need to verify the number of pages in our document, and we need to verify the dimensions of our document, or the trim size. I've opened our print-ready version of our manuscript. If I was to glimpse on the right-hand side, I see that this document has 47 pages. What I'm concerned with is the number of pages in the document. We know that we have been working with a trim size of 5 by 8 inches. So these two numbers are very important. The size of the document and the number of pages, which is 47. The good news is that in a previous lesson, we generated the ISBN for our book. That is going to work hand in hand in a later lesson as we design the cover. In our preferred browser and search engine, we're going to search for KDP cover template. And there's a calculator that KDP provides. Once the calculator and template generator opens, we are going to use the information about our book so that KDP could generate a cover template. Let's choose the binding type. In our case, we are working with a paperback. The interior type, black and white pages. Paper type, white paper. Page turn direction, left to right. Measurement units, we will work in inches. We will select the interior trim size of 5 by 8 inches and the number of pages that we previously established, which is 47. I now have options to calculate the dimensions and to download a template. Let's calculate the dimensions. When I calculate the dimensions, KDP is automatically going to give me information about the book. Width in inches, height in inches, the front cover area, safe areas. There's a bleed. We'll talk about bleed in a later lesson when we open the cover template. Spine information, safe areas on the spine margin, barcode margin. Save this information. Pay special attention to the full cover size. We are going to use that information on the full cover size to later generate our book cover in an online tool like Canva. We have an option to download the template. Let's download the template. And it's downloaded as zip file that I've saved into our docs folder. Inside this zipped folder, we are going to find the related files that KDP generated. If I extract the information, we have a PDF document, we have a PNG document. In a later lesson, we will load this information into an online tool like Canva or Adobe Express. There's also a README text file that outlines how to use your template. Let's take a look at the file. I've opened the PNG file. It highlights the area for the front cover. This white rectangle on the right-hand side represents our front cover. There's an area for the spine. Notice the pink area and the dotted lines. This left white rectangle is our back cover. There's a space here for our barcode or ISBN that we generated. It outlines the back cover size. This red area is what we call the bleed. Now, what is bleed? Bleed is a printing term that refers to when printed items on a page, such as images or illustrations, reach all the way to the edge of the page. And all book covers on KDP require bleed. Later on, when our document has to be trimmed to size, our artwork or our imagery should extend onto the bleed. And there's a special reason for that, which we will cover later on. This book has to be trimmed. And if we only extended the imagery to the white area, it's possible that when we trim our document, we could have a white margin that we don't want. In the next lesson, we will use an online tool like Canva or Adobe Express to design the cover of our book.